Okay, so here we are in Emulation Station. Let's see what kind of games are in here. So we have 3022 arcade games, Atari 2600, 650, Atari 5200, 72, Atari 7800, 54, Daphne. Let's just go ahead and click in. Looks like just one, Dragon's Lair. Dreamcast. Oh, there's a few Dreamcast games. Capcom vs. MK, Marvel Capcom 2, Power Stone 1 and 2. Family Disk System. Oops. Let's see what we got there. 90. Game Gear. 249. Cody. MAME. I think this is just an emulator that was installed. Yeah. Master System. 281. Genesis. 782. Neo Geo. 137. Nintendo NES 791, MS-DOS, I doubt there's any games. Yep. PC Engine, oh, 290 games. Ports, we got Kodi and Minecraft installed. And then RetroPie Setup, Scum VM, nothing. Sega Genesis 32X, 33. Sega CD, 25, Super Famicom, 486, SG 1000, 68, Super Nintendo, 778, TurboGrafx 16, 94, Virtual Boy, 24, Infocom, 3. Okay, so there's all your games. So in a track mode, you got your Daphne, Neo Geo, CP3, CP1, Arcade Classic, TurboGrafx 16, Atari 5200, 2600, Game Gear, Dreamcast,
Good job!
Sega CD, Sega 32, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Virtual Boy, Super Famicom, Genesis System, Super Nintendo, NES, Cody, your favorites, and back to track mode. So, I guess Arcade Classics is where most of your arcade games are.
Good job!
Not in like a main folder. Okay, so let's start with Daphne. Select in. So you got your Dragon Lair 2, it's just that one.
Dragon's Lair.
You've got, we're going backwards now. Let's go the other way. Okay, now we have our Neo Geo. Fighters, all sorts of games you can scroll through. Looks like most of the artwork's here. You got your Metal Slugs. All really great games. Okay. Moving over, you got your Capcom 3. So you got Street Fighter 1, 2, Third Strike, Alpha. Let's just make sure these work. Let's just try Street Fighter Alpha 2. So this is being ran by Final Burn Alpha 2012, which is typical of this, probably this ROM pack to run on that. So there you go, running just fine. As long as you did what I did with the controls, I think that's going to be the biggest thing. From my understanding is Mad Little Pixel uses an arcade stick. So, you know, I think the way that he goes through the game is different than a lot of other people. Okay, so start selecting. Redder, cool. There's a lot of cool games there. Then Capcom 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, X-Men, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Marvel vs. Capcom. This is a pretty popular one. This works. Oh. Alright, so Marvel vs. Capcom works. As long as you're running the Final Burn Alpha 2012 package, that seems to run those games just fine. And then number 1, Punisher, good game, a couple of games in it. Okay, now we go to Arcade Classics. This is where you're going to have your 3,000 arcade games. So as you see, I'm just scrolling, Die Hard, all sorts of stuff. I doubt Die Hard works, for example, but this is a collection of games where, like, you know, about 80% work, and then there's like shooter games, you know, which don't really work on the Pi. So Arcade Classics, next is TurboGrafx 16. Here, fun ones. skiing, tower toppler. Some of the videos are here. And you can see the title as well. Atari 5200. Wizard of Atari 2600. I've never been able to get this to work quite correctly on this image, but maybe they'll better luck than me.
Quest to rescue the fair princess around this corner.
Pretty standard that you see on most images. Sega 32X. Sega SG-1000. Sega Mega Drive. Sega Genesis. You got your Virtual Boy. Super Famicom.
Kick off! Kick off!
That was a good one. Exciting. Family system. You got your SNES.
Battle 2.
Then you got your NES. All your classic Nintendo games. Contra. All these fun ones. And then Cody. And favorites. And then back to a track mode setup. They have all your setup options. RetroArch. Editor. Change the intro video. All that good stuff. So there you go. I mean, it's a solid image. So in order to get the image, you're going to go ahead and copy the magnet link and put it into a BitTorrent program. Download it. You should end up with a .img file. And then here's the instructions as far as formatting the SD and then writing the card. If you're using a Mac, you're going to be using a Pi Baker instead of Win32. So the first step we want to do is go ahead and format our SD card. Make sure it's the right one. Okay. So this is the SanDisk 64 gigabyte SD card, and we have 59.4 gigabytes, 63,831,000,000 bytes. And then looking at the image here, we should have enough space because it's only 62 million, so it's 1 million less. That's why it's important to get like a Samsung Pro or a SanDisk SD card because they tend to have more space than some of the other brands. Okay, now we're going to make sure we're on our correct device and get the image. Okay, we now have our image loaded. We have the correct drive. We're going to go ahead and hit write. Yes. Now this next process is going to take about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe a little more, depending on how fast your SD card is. You should get a write complete when it's finished. And then we're going to put this micro SD into our Raspberry Pi 3. So this next part is all about controls. I use an Xbox 360 controller, which is different than the person who created the image, so there's a lot of setup I needed to do. This is how I did it. You can manually set it all up in your Pi, like when you boot it up, go to RetroArch config and do it all manually as well. There's videos on my channel about that, but this is how I did it the simple and easy way, which is just grab it from an image you're already using and just copy it over through the network. Alright, we got a RetroPie. Let's go ahead and go to configs, all, raise. So I'm going to go ahead and copy over the RetroArch ones. And my auto config. And then my RetroArch joypads. I want to get my Xbox 360s. Okay, let's go back into our Pi. Okay, so it's left trigger. Then you want to use your right analog stick to the left to go up to controls, and then it's the left trigger to go in. Okay, we're in. All right. And then what do we want to do? We want to go figure out all these controls here. Okay. And then left trigger to go. Okay. Okay, so this is for back. Add an input. I would like back to be, whoa, 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 whoa. This is very complex. Back to be B. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Okay. All right, I think we're good there. Back. Up. We want a new up. We want up to be, oh, add input. Up to be up on the D-pad. Okay, and then I would also like it to be up on the joystick as well. Okay, cool. And I think this is the old one. Okay, so now my up is working there. Up is working on my D-pad. Cool. Okay, we don't have down figured out yet. Now we gotta do down. Make sure you don't remove these first because you might remove one of the ones you're currently using. So this is down, right? So down with the D-pad. So now we got our D-pad down, and then down with our input. And then you're going to want to delete that first, this one right here. The down with the keyboard is fine because my keyboard is plugged in. Cool. Okay, so now we got up and down. We're doing it. We're doing it slowly. Now we got left. Now we got add input, left on our D-pad, and then left on our analog stick. Okay. Okay, so there wasn't anything else before, so there we go. Right. We got right on our D-pad, and right on there. I think I missed something back on this one. Left. Left. There we go. Okay, select. So I want that to be A, add button, A, select. So let's go ahead and remove whatever. Before it was that upper left trigger, so let's go ahead and remove that. Okay. So now it's A. Cool. Previous game. Yeah, I don't really need to do all that. Display menu D or the upper left trigger, that's fine. Configuration tab or that button, that's fine. Add or remove game, that's fine. I have, as long as you have back and forward, that's my main ones. Cool. So now we go back, back, back. Okay. See, now I can scroll through this easily. To get to your configuration is the back left trigger, just to show you that this image does have all sorts of display options. You just go to displays and you go down here to display menu options, and right now it's on the unified, but you can also do robo spin on here. You just click this and scroll over, go up and down to get through that there. You also have like the basic. So it is a solid image, it's good size, it's on the cheaper side, so it's a 64 gigabyte instead of 128 gigabyte. The controls are way messed up for me, the Xbox 360, the RetroArch. You also got to reconfigure all your arcade games as well, you know, depending on how you're going to exit them and things like that. If you're not using the arcade stick. So that's just a matter of doing the RetroArch configurations or going into the MAME configurations while you're in the game and changing those. I mean, it's a little tedious at first, but once you get them all set up, the image is all set up to your controls. That's just part of, you know, getting somebody else's image is, you know, the pre-settings are already done, and so you have to go ahead and adapt it to your setup, you know, your controllers, your inputs. So besides that, it's a cool little image. Thumbs up. If you do have any difficulties, please comment below. And if you could, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next one.